Oh, excellent net play by Kenta Nishimoto.
Steen, you said there's no head-to-head between them. Is there anything tactically we should be looking out for here specifically, or any sort of standout features of either of them that are?
Well, I think the three Japanese men's singles players play some of the same style. Nishimoto, of course, best of them right now. The more solid player in the defense, but I think Nishimoto needs to get on the attack. I don't think that his defense will hold up against Nishimoto in the long run. And of course, Malaysia is also the second and third men's singles are also very young players. Nishimoto is 20 and Jun Yonghao 18 or 19. I'm not.
Yeah, 19.
Sure.
19. Yeah.
And both medalists at the World Junior Championships. Nishimoto here, bronze medalist from 2016, and Jun Yonghao from last year, silver medalist. Lost to Kunda Vititsan of Thailand back then.
And we kind of keep on about how these guys did in Thomas Cup. Of course, we did say that Japan lost to China in the final of Thomas Cup. Well, Malaysia lost to Indonesia 1-3 in the quarterfinals. Just to give you a kind of sense of perspective. It's always going to be a tough ask, though, isn't it, against the Indonesians?
It was one of the crucial matches was the group stage match against Denmark, where Nishimoto gave his team a 2-1 lead, but they weren't able to capitalize, and Denmark eventually went on to win it and take the seed for the group stage, and that became crucial, in my opinion.
Good deception there. Talia acquitting himself very, very well in this tough ask.
Service over. 9-7.
Good shot.
Wow. Explosive off the backhand wing there. Thought he was in difficulty, but he didn't.
8, 9.
None of that. Let's see it again. Look at this.
Can't really see it from this angle.
So deadlock on the scoreboard, opening game here in this tight opening exchanges of match 3. Day 1. Asian Games team match.
Yeah. Well played. Both players were eager to get to the backcourt there. Nishimoto was able to adjust.
Well, Nishimoto and Sonoyama both playing off career high rankings. This man of 10th in the world in the white, and his compatriot off a career high of 19th. Do you think that they will be buoyed by the success that their countryman in Momoto has had of late as well? They all seem to be doing so well together, don't they?
Definitely think so.
So 11-9 to the mid-game interval. Sorry to intrude there, Steen. Japanese with the lead here. I guess they spend so much time practicing together in the slender amount of downtime that these athletes have between this massive tournament schedule that they all have. They're always kept so busy traveling, playing so much tournament match play, but presumably they'll be practicing amongst themselves a little at venues on arrival.
Yeah, of course they're practicing when traveling. I'm not really sure if they play in the same team back in Japan. But definitely it will rub off that you have a world champion in your country. Here's Miss Munsidek.
Yeah, that belief has to permeate through, doesn't it?
Yeah, it always gives you some belief that what the coaches are doing is right, and they know what they're talking about. And inspiration, I think sometimes when they're playing, it would surprise me if Nishimoto is not getting a game once in a while, and if he can win a game over the world champion, then he can make great results himself. Gone long.
Yep, overpressed with that one.
It's over. 10, 12, lead.
So is it all about the defense of this man's court and trying to keep on the attack for the man in the orange shirt, Steen, and do it as precisely without being errant, I guess?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of a tough task here because he can't play the backline of his opponent with a lot of confidence. Definitely some kind of drift, so he will play mostly to the front court. Excellent. This is a really good rally. Oi, fantastic net game by Kenta Nishimoto.
He's been standout in that regard. Some exceptionally tight net shots. Look at this.
Okay. Touches the top of the tape.
Masterful from Nishimoto.
And from a quite low position at the net as well. So not easy to get that shot right.
Fine cross block off the forehand.
11, 13.
So 3-point advantage then for Kenta Nishimoto.
Clever serve to the sideline there. That's a wonderful point to get. No effort whatsoever. From his body language, Lee Sijie seems to be quite nervous.
How'd you spot that, Steen?
Well, the way he stands,
it's just demeanor generally, is it?
To get the rallies going, it gives me the impression that he's feeling quite tense.
He has reason to be, because his opponent is, well, just playing some exquisite badminton right now. He seems to have most of the answers, doesn't he, with his tight net? And wow, great defense of his court. There's rich variety along the attack lines as well.
played.
Brilliant point.
Service over. 12, 17.
Well, this was terrific turnaround here. He was under a lot of pressure. And that was gorgeous. Now, can he build on this little bit of momentum?
Good shot. Fantastic shot by Lee Si-jia. Very, very little backswing on that one. And also the follow through, almost the racket doing all the job.
Just as you thought this was going to be another one of these miraculous Houdini-esque turnarounds.
Yeah,
the man in white denied by some brilliance.
That's a fantastic shot, that one.
So 2 points in a row for Lee Si-jia
Play.
of Malaysia. Can he build and do something he's really struggled today with so far and get a run of 3 points against the 10th ranked player in the world currently? Yes, he can.
14, 17.
Excellent. Straight on the line.
15, 17.
If you're wondering why we haven't seen any challenges yet, it's because there is no challenge possibility here at the Asian Games.
Yeah, back to the naked eye, old school. Well, nips the runner points.
Service over. 18.
Ceases that momentum there for a run of 3 for Lee. There's Nishimoto. Now, can he run with the lead and accentuate it?
Excellent. Oh, he missed that one.
Spread the court so beautifully, didn't he? Unable to put a lid on it in the end, though.
16,
Definitely
18.
one of the possibilities for Nishimoto to exploit that. Lee Si-jia seems to be faster forwards backwards than side to side. Well played.
Well, he's doing very, very well, Lee Si-jia. He's won 5 from the last 6 points. Really on it right now. This is encouraging for the Malaysians.
Stays in.
6 from 7 now. Really on a tear. Very
Excellent
encouraging.
job.
Yeah. 18 all, deadlock opening game. Complexion of this one turning around nicely for Malaysian fans' perspective.
Really important to convert. That's a terrible mistake. Really important now for Lee Si-jia to convert this comeback into a
Something tangible on the scoreboard, right?
win in this first game. Otherwise, well, it's totally back to not even square one. So can he weather the storm, Nishimoto?
Yes is the answer so far. 2 game point opportunities for Kenta Nishimoto here to secure game 1. Just a little too greedy, the Malaysian. Nishimoto secures the opening game, 21 points to 18, and puts Japan really in the driving seat now. 2 matches to the good and 1 game to the good in match 3. They are really motoring, and that was a fine run of points from the Malaysian Lee Zhijia, but unable to get anything on the scoreboard in the end. Now he has to take the positive from this situation, but he has a lot of work to do. Well, it's been a merciless performance so far from Team Japan. They've been frugal in error, watertight in defense more often than not. And Kenta Nishimoto knocking on the door of the top 10 with that career high ranking of 10th in the world, putting together another solid performance here, keeping the young 20-year-old Malaysian at bay. Nishimoto with the game lead here as we just about to start game 2 in match 3. If you are just joining us, welcome along. Day 1 of the Asian Games in the Astoria Stadium. Nishimoto, start of game 2. Oh, he's found it.
It's over. 1-0.
Certainly plenty to admire about the young Malaysians' game. Did very, very well towards the back end of that opening game, but unable to really get to the W. But that'll bode well moving forwards, you'd imagine.
Service over. 1-0.
So, Steen, do you see it as a belief issue from the Lee's perspective, sort of, you know, towards that crunch end, or an experience issue of why he was unable? You know, Nishimoto played well, didn't he?
Experience. He committed 2 fairly easy mistakes at the net at 18-all, and that sort of lost him the game. Did well to come back to give himself a chance at 18-all, but those 2 shots in the forehand at the net, they were not really what he was looking for. So it always helps being in these kind of situations. More times gives you sort of the confidence to dare to play. Sometimes when you get really tensed, you become so nervous about how it's going to go that you need to get it decided immediately. I want to know how this rally is going to end. Am I winning or am I losing? And you go for the 50-50 chances, which very often is more like 80-20 in your disadvantage.
Yeah, he certainly seems to have the sort of skills in the skill bag, doesn't he, the orange-shirted Lee? But I guess it's just the glue that knits it together. Well put. I like what you said there. That resonates with me. It's just mastering those big moments, and you only really do that once you come through the fire. You
can see he has the building stones to something that could be good. Played a number of international tournaments. Lee Zhijia hasn't been able to get in on a regular basis on the Super 750 Super 1000 on the World Tour.
Must be so tough to get traction at that kind of level. And that'll help. Buoyed by the let Gordy breaks to the front in game 2 with a 2-point lead. Does Lee. Well, so far for this 23-year-old from Japan, it's been a match steeped in belief and confidence. Just looks that little bit more assured, which was kind of what we expected coming in here, given the subtle ranking difference.
Service over. 6-4.
That looked like a diagonal worth exploring for Lee Si-jia. The short forehand of Nishimoto and then the long backhand. Shot reception. It's gone long. It's very interesting. Now you can see that Lee Si-jia has played some shots long. So has the drift changed a little bit, or is it just that Nishimoto is playing simply too short so that Lee Si-jia is putting too much power in his shots? Anyway, he's got to adjust quickly.
Yeah, seen a few of them now.
And that was definitely a long enough shot from Nishimoto. So that's what makes it so difficult to play in this arena, that right now it seems like the drift that we talked about earlier on, which I'm positive was coming from Nishimoto towards Lee Si-jia, has changed a little bit. It's gone long again. Wow, and it's quite a bit actually. That is amazing.
7-6.
Yeah, consecutive misjudgments from the Malaysian, and suddenly the game swinging in favor of the more tactically alert, or drift alert we should say, Nishimoto.
Yeah, but he would have gotten the information from Darren Liu that he's playing up against the drift now, which is definitely not the case. Good judgment there by Lee Si-jia.
7-0.
So a tight start to game 2. Seven all on the scoreboard. That one spilling well long over the back line in the end. You've got to be so alert in badminton to these sort of constantly subtle changing conditions.
8-7.
Yeah.
Can be the difference that makes the difference quite often, can't it?
And this, I've heard someone say, yeah, that's equal for both players. No, it's not. Different changes affects different skills. So it would be the same as saying playing tennis on hard court, clay or grass is exactly the same for both players. Yes, it is the same, but different skills prevail in different circumstances.
9-7.
And the experience presumably about dealing with this kind of arena. Perhaps the white-shirted athlete has been in this kind of situation a little more, 3 years senior. Well, he seems laden with great deception, does Nishimoto.
But Lee Si-jia has played really well here in the second game. Thinking about the at least 3 occasions where I've counted him to play long. So that's 3 of the 7 points that Nishimoto has got. So I think we could very well be in for a third and decisive game here. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's definitely playing well now, the Malaysian. Oh. Just saying that, and then Nishimoto.
To be fair, he came out with some magic there, didn't he? Sprinkled from his magic bottle. That was just timely. Let's see it again. Look at that. Great cross smash. Impeccable accuracy. So the Malaysian youngster doing very, very well to hang on to a slender 2-point lead here. He'll be desperate to haul himself to the turn with the lead. Put some sort of pressure on Nishimoto. You still, Steen, sense that little sort of tug of drift
sideways.
From left to right. Yeah, sideways.
Sideways drift.
Denied again. It's Nishimoto that prevails as we head to the turn. Mid-game interval 11-10. Japanese man putting more pressure on the Malaysian shoulders.
Concerned look on the faces of those Malaysians.
Code 1, 20 seconds.
Well, his demeanor has looked just that little bit more assured, hasn't it? The man in white up against this standout young athlete in Lee, who's put together several good runs of point, but he needs something tangible on the scoreboard.
Fantastic rally. Excellent rally by the two players. Nishimoto controlling, but he did a real good job of following suit, Lee Si-jie. It's so important in this hold to stay patient in the attack. Never, never, ever get out of balance. If you get out of balance here, you have a tough task of controlling the shots.
He was insistent there. The Japanese #2 men's singles player. And that standout rally, that little mini battle, he came out on top. And that may prove all important. 2-point lead, 12-10.
Good shot. Oh, that's a fantastic counter.
He can't quite believe it, can he, Lee? Who stood sort of almost grounded to the court as if to say, what happened there? I thought I had the upper hand. Wrenched away by Nishimoto.
And perhaps commentators jinx. He hasn't won a point since I suggested that we were perhaps having a decider here. I was back at 10-7, so 6 straight points for Kenta Nishimoto. Oi, that's fantastic. His body was almost with the back to the net when he made that last winning shot. Kenta Nishimoto. Very, very awkward position.
Made that look academic, didn't he? Given that body position, contorting his elastic athleticism to smash that away. So 4-point lead for the higher ranked athlete, who's upset with himself missing out there.
11-14.
Knows how important it is just to keep this young talent from Malaysia under wraps. But that's gone. There was a little hesitancy there. He thought about playing it, but did the right thing in the end.
11.
Good shot. Excellent straight slice drop there from
Service over.
Jia.
12-15. Okay, thank you. Service over. 16-12.
Well, the radar slightly off with the final smash. The rest of it was very, very measured
30-16.
from Nishimoto. But Jia just so desperate to stay in touch here. All important moments. Great deception from Lee.
14-16.
Oi, he missed that one. Fantastic shot by Nishimoto, and
16.
Lee just crawling to get it over, but an extraordinary miss on the last one. I wonder if that was the sideways drift.
Like?
Excellent smash from
Service over.
Kenta Nishimoto.
15.
Just 4 points away from securing his team a quarterfinal berth. Oh, it stayed in. Oh, that's unfortunately a totally wrong call by the linesman. And we don't have any instant replay system.
18-15.
I've been some terrific rallies, plenty to admire about this match. But can the Japanese deny Team Malaysia any semblance of a game today? It's been a menacing performance from them throughout.
Yeah, you can't say they've been close, Malaysia, so far, can you?
Wow, it's been, you know, they've been really managed very, very well by the third seeds.
But of course, I mean, when you have the world champion in first singles and the vice champion in men's doubles in first men's doubles, then it's a tough task.
Very much. So 3 points away then. Kenta Nishimoto here.
Excellent play.
Another mesmeric rally from both. What's not to love about this men's singles?
Says over.
Great accuracy, athleticism. It's all out here.
Yeah, thank you.
Working so hard to stay afloat is cut out today against this man on court in the white shirt, who's just such a tough competitor.
Play.
Must-win game for Malaysia, this one. But it looks increasingly like it's not going to happen. The Japanese stranglehold tightens.
And that was about the same shot he missed at 18-all in the first game. That front court forehand shot. That one tried to play too close, got too greedy. Good shot.
Says over. 70.
He's lacking stability, Lee Sijie, but he's definitely got the high notes to challenge the stronger players.
So here we are then. Match point and team match point for Japan here over Malaysia. And it'll be Kenta Nishimoto to deliver the win. There it is. Generous support at the Astora Stadium for Kenta Nishimoto, who secures the men's team of Japan a win over Malaysia, 21-18, 21-17. And that means that the overall tie is won by Japan 3-0. It's been a menacing, merciless display today. They've been businesslike and convincing. And an emphatic win, a statement win by the Japanese there, as the flag waves here in the Astoria Stadium. That's a fine win for them, and they, the third seeds, proving that they are very much a heavyweight team here, these young Japanese side. A 3-0 victory for them. They advance to the quarterfinals, and they will await the winner of Korea and Thailand, which will be decided on court 2 starting at 2 o'clock today. There's confirmation of the win. Didn't concede a solitary game. Japan, Kenta Momota with his win over Darren Liu. Kamura and Sonoda with their win over Go Vishem and Tan Wee Kyong. And then Nishimoto with the final win over Lee Jia. A solid performance from Nishimoto to secure the win. So Team Japan then go through to the quarterfinals, 3 wins to 0.
On court 4, format first double, Maldives represented by Aminat Nabiha Abdul Raza and Nila Najib versus Nepal represented by Jessica Guru and Namsa Pama. Umpire Saiful Bahri, Indonesia. Certified Simon R. Manfong, Hong Kong, China. on court 2. Format first double. Nepal represented by Dipesh Gandhi and Karandeep Kamal versus Pakistan represented by Rizwan Azam and Sulemi Kassim Ali. Umpire David Wong Kenta, Malaysia. Secretary Wahyana, Indonesia.
On my left, Nepal, huh? On my left. Serve or receive? Who serve? Sulari serve, huh? Who to receive? Tamang. Dami, receive. Okay.